in for Tuesday, May the 24th. Wow. End of the month already. Well, actually, next Tuesday will be the end of the month. One more week left in this month. Isn't that crazy? Great to see everyone here this evening. We've got people from all around the world. We've got people from Australia and Saudi Arabia, Thailand, all across the U.S. We've got Brazil. What other countries do we have here? Sri Lanka, France, Japan. Pretty cool. I call this a global community. Let's see who else in Belarus, Santiago, Dominican Republic. Pretty cool. How's everyone doing this evening? My name is Janet Legere, and it is my extreme honor to be here with you every Tuesday evening to do some training on the GVO tools and services. Tonight we're going to go over the class that we did last week because our recording didn't work. We kept getting kicked in and out, and I think tonight we're good and solid. And besides, I wanted to repeat last week's call just to make sure you guys really understood how to set up your first blog. Now, when I asked before how many people had a blog, how many people had their autoresponder set up, I was really quite surprised at how many said no. Well, hopefully we're going to have a good recording tonight, David. So we're going to do a complete review. We're going to go through and talk about your domain names, show you how to set up a domain name, how to install it on your web host manager, go a little bit about the cPanel. I'm not really going to get into the cPanel tonight. We're going to go to the Blogger Builder and install a blog. Then I'm going to show you how to install a theme, how to install some plugins. We're going to show you how to put some text widgets on, how to put your opt-in form on your blog, how to put a banner on your blog. Does that sound like fun? We probably won't have time tonight to get into doing your posts and pages, but we will talk about it a bit. Next week, that's what we're going to be talking about, is putting content on your blog. So I'm going to be showing you some little tips and strategies to add content on your blog. Sound like fun? Are we all primed for this tonight? Yes, no, maybe so? Let's get a quick check-in on everybody where we are with this. Do you have a personal blog set up? Oh, David, you can never be way behind. You're starting at the beginning. It's the best place to start. There is no behind. You're starting at the beginning. Do you have a blog? Lots of no's. Now, my idea of a blog and your idea of a blog might be two different things. There's lots of different blogs out there. I've probably got 30 or 35 blogs out there. The blog I want to talk to you about tonight, the domain name I want to talk to you about tonight, is your own name. Very important. Now, I'm going to just say something here, and I'm hoping next week you guys will all remember. Look around the room. Most of you are here with just your first name. So I'm really going to recommend that in the future, when you come on a conference call, that you put in your first and last name. Why? The same reason you're going to get a domain name with your first and last name, so that people can get to know who you are, so that people can find you more easily. Now, the reason I'm suggesting that you get a domain name that is your name is because this is going to be like your personal business card. This is where you're going to send people to learn more about you. They're going to learn about your business. They're going to learn about what you're involved in, your hobbies, your passions, everything that's going on. Blogging is not, it doesn't need to be complicated and complex. Don't need to be worrying about SEO and all that stuff and doing this right and doing that right. I simply want to get you comfortable having a personal blog where you can start sharing your experiences, sharing some of the things that you're learning, and just sharing in general on your blog. Sound good? Okay, so number one, we need you guys set up with the domain. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to go to desktop sharing, and I'm going to go through all of this. It's so simple. The Web Host Manager. Most of you probably don't even know what that is. And other than getting your blog set up, you don't really need to know what it all is. I am going to show it to you. I'm going to show you where to go to do what we need to do, and I'm going to show you where to ignore everything else, okay? Because that's what you need to do, is ignore everything else. But this is where we set up your domain, right? So once you've created a domain, you've purchased your domain name, now you need to set it up somewhere. You need to put it on a computer. It needs to be hosted. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. It's really important when you set it up that you keep track of your information. I keep a Word document or a text document with all of my logins in it. When I set up a new website, I keep a special, I set up a new file for it, and I also keep it in a notebook. Now the cPanel, I'm really not going to go into tonight because I want to get, the basics done of your blog. But the cPanel is really, it's where you can go access your files. You can go into file management. You can set up emails. There's a lot you can do on your cPanel. You can also destroy your website on your cPanel. There's a lot of things you can break on your cPanel. So I'm just going to get you a little bit familiar with it so you're not afraid of it. And then we're going to get into the fun part with the Blogger Builder. It's one of the most coolest things that's part of GVO is the Blogger Builder. It makes it really easy to get your blog set up. You don't need to have any experience with scripts or any of that stuff. Any questions before we go live and I show you how to do all this stuff? So I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you where to register a domain. I'm not actually going to register one, but I will show you where to do it. I'm going to show you how to create an account on your Web Host Manager. And then I'm going to give you a quick overview of this cPanel, how to access it at least. We're going to show you how, we're going to go back into GVO and go into the Blogger Builder and set up our blog. We're going to install a theme. I'll show you how to find different themes. We're going to install a few plugins, and we're going to install some text widgets. Vision says, when I tried to set up web host, it says I have to pick a program, but does not give me a choice of programs, and I can't finish. Well, Vision, only one thing I can say, stay tuned, okay? Pay attention, stay tuned. All right? You're going to see exactly how I do it. It's really very easy. So let's go into desktop sharing. Now, I'm not going to go full screen. So you will only see what's happening in the middle here. But if you need to make it bigger, there should be a plus sign up on the right-hand side so you can make that screen bigger. You can also, at the bottom of the page, there should be a button for you to go full screen so you can make your screen go a little bit bigger. It will certainly be bigger on the replay. If you cannot see it, I will be checking in back and forth. I want to make sure that you can follow along, so we will check on that, okay? So while I'm in desktop sharing and you're watching what I'm doing, I can't see the text chat, okay? So just so you guys know that, but I will check back. So the first place we're going to go, you guys can all see my desktop, right? Yes? Before I disappear? One more check. You can see my desktop? Just a quick yes. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Shane. Brent, really appreciate it. All right. So we're going to head over here to GVO. So here I am. I'm logged into my GVO account. I am a Titanium member. I've been with GVO since before GVO was GVO. And so you may be a GVO member, full Titanium member, or you may be a Host and Profit member. It's going to look very similar back here, okay? Might look a little different. You might have different banners down the side depending on what programs you've joined and what have you, but it's going to look very similar. What you want to do is scroll down to the area that says Start Here First. You come here, and right here it says Step 1, Domain Registration. So we're going to click on Domain Registration. And once it loads here, you'll see that there are training videos here on what a domain is, how to register a domain, etc. You're going to scroll down and you're going to click here to register your own domain name. I highly recommend using the GVO registration services because it makes it so much easier to just connect it to your web host manager. So you'll just enter your domain name. If your name is a common name, you might want to put a hyphen or put something in front of it. So, in my instance, my name is Janet Legere. Now, if I were to put Janet Legere in here, it's going to say that it's taken. And so then I could come back and I could say online with Janet Legere or work with Janet Legere. All right, so something like that. Then I could go search, and it's going to come up and tell me that that domain name is available. There it is. Good news. It's available. You can get all these domain names. I can continue to the cart and just follow the system through. Make sure they tend to add different things onto your cart, so you just want to make sure at the end that you're just paying for that domain. Once you're done registering your domain, you're going to come back to GVO. And now we're going to go here to click our web host manager. You can either click it down here at the bottom, or it's over on the side here under Start Here First, right here, Web Host Manager. Now, just a little side step here. If you already have a domain registered and you haven't hosted it yet, or you want to move it, you can come here under Changing Your DNS, that's your domain name server, and you could actually, it'll show you how to change your DNS, because you need to go to your registrar, you need to change the DNS of your domain so that you can host it at GVO. So we're going to come here to Web Host Manager. We're going to set up our domain. I already have a domain name ready. So it comes here. This is my Web Host Manager. Don't let this scare you, okay? Right down here it says Account Information. You'll also find it up here. So the Account Information. We're going to click on that. And, well, no, actually, my apologies. That's where I would find my account. I need to create one. So under Account Functions, right here, I'm going to go create a new account. And I'm going to come in here. My domain name is whoisjanetlegere.com. You need the whole name. I just want my username, to be whoisjan. Now, when we get to the password here, we're going to generate the password. Always recommend that you use the password generator. So here's the password. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to say, yes, I've copied it. And I'm going to come right over here. Oops, I have a text file ready. It's my ACKIS, and this is going to be whoisjan and my password. Okay, so I know that that's for my new domain. That's for my cPanel. So there's my password there. I'm going to have all this information sent to me at my email address. If I enter my email address, I'm going to choose a package. Now, someone was saying there was no package here for you to choose. You may need to put in a support ticket for that, okay? Because there should be a base package already in place there. So settings, I can change these settings. I'm going to leave everything default, okay? I'm going to come down here. I'm going to have everything down here as default. And I'm going to create my account. That was pretty hard, hey? So what we've done now is we have hosted our domain. So now our domain name is sitting on a computer at GVO, and we can now install a blog on it. It does take a little while to install. You'll see the little bubble going around. All right, so I'm just going to come back in the room while that's installing and see if there's any questions about that part of it, about registering a domain and then setting it up on the Web Host Manager. Any questions on that? Hopefully I went slow enough. We've got lots of time tonight. Everything seems to be working well. No questions? Are we all good? Excellent. Okay. So it looks like my domain is set up. Here it is. Tells me all of my information there. If I wanted, I could just copy this, but it's going to come to my email address, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't come in yet, but it will come to my email address, and I'll be able to get all that information. But if I wanted to, I could just copy that information, come over to this little text file I created, and paste it there. So I call this codes and blog login, and I could just save that. So there's my little file that I'm starting to keep for information on this blog. Well, it's not a blog yet, but it's going to be. All right, so I don't really need to be here anymore. If I want to go into my cPanel, I could come here to list accounts. There's two ways to access my cPanel. So here's my new account, who is Janet Legere. We can go over to our cPanel. I can close that for now. And here is some information that is not designed to scare you off. File Manager allows you to go in and just like the File Manager on your computer, it's the File Manager for your website. And so when you add files, you want to upload pictures, you can do it through there. You can also come down here under Email and you can create a new account. You may want to set up a new account. So I've set up, I can go here and go Janet at whoisjanetlegere.com. Now I could create a password. Again, see, password generator, bing, bada, boom. I need to copy that. I'm going to come back over to my text file again, and I'm going to go Janet at who, oops. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be deleting all this when we're done. Whoisjanetlegere.com. And there's my password, okay? So I've made note of it. I've copied my password. Oops, I've copied. Use that password. All right, mailbox quota, I'm going to make it unlimited, and I'm going to create my new email account. Now, here's what's really cool. When you create an email account, if you come down here, set up email client. It gives you all the information that you need to set it up with Outlook, to set up in Gmail with your SMTP, wherever you want. So there's all of your information to set up your email wherever you need to. And that's really all you need to know about cPanel. So our domain is set up. Whoopee, right? Let's go and have a look at it. Let's go see what we have. Whoisjanetlegere.com. Wow, there's nothing on it. It says forbidden. It's because there really is nothing there. We need to put something there. So we're back over here at GVO. Just let me come here. I know Don would yell at me if there was an issue. Looks like everything is good. So we're going to come over here. We're going to scroll down under our business marketing tools, which is where your autoresponder is. Remember, there's our autoresponder. And we're going to click on Blogger Builder. Guys, you are, if you seriously, oh, thank you, Don. Okay, he has lost my desktop sharing. We are recording this. Someone's asking if I can slow down a little. I will slow down a little, but I'm just going to stop my sharing and then start it again because Dawn kind of lost me. And hopefully it's back. And there we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to come back now. We're going to go over to GVO and we're going to set up the Blogger Builder. And here we are. I've clicked on Blogger Builder and, you know, there's lots of information here. Oh, I'm going to have to delete this. So that I can reinstall it. Hang on a sec. I may have an issue here because it won't let me install it here because it's already here and I don't really want to delete it. Because it isn't there. If I go here, you'll see it's not there. Not going to let me edit it either. My apologies, guys. I should have checked this from last week. Okay, that's where I could add pages. It's not what I want to do. All right, so I am going to delete this. Bear with me. I can't break it. I can just start all over. That's the beauty of this, okay? I love that it's doing this because it's showing you that you can't break it. All right? We should have that music going. Guys, it's not going to be happy because I've changed this password. And the cPanel's not really here. It's deleting my site, but my site's not actually there. There we go. So hopefully this has worked. All right, here we are. We're fresh and new here, and we've just clicked on Blogger Builder. We don't have a blog set up, and we're going to install our blog on Blogger Builder. And there we are. We've got our domain, and I'm going to come down and use the same password. And here it says installation directory. You want to leave this blank, all right? Because we want to put our blog in our root directory so that when someone goes to whoisjanetlegere.com, I want them to go to my blog. I don't want them to have to type /blog or /something else. I'm just going to leave that blank. We go to next step. And here we are. I need my admin email. I'm going to put my email, blog name, tips and marketing with Janet Legere. We can have it on search engines, and there we go. So it takes a moment to install. As you can see, little bobble going around. So there's no magical information I needed to put in there. I just used the same password as I'd set up with my cPanel. You may want to use a different password. You can generate a password, but it's okay to use these settings. Let me come back in the room because that is taking a while. Were there some messages? Yeah, Dawn just reminding you guys that, when I move the cursor, it makes it confusing. Okay. So he said, give me time, I'll break it. Actually, you really can't break it. It's taking quite a while to install, so just bear with me. We need that music from Jeopardy. Do 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 do. Wow, this is taking quite a while. My apologies, guys. It's probably because I deleted it and I put it back on again. So cross your fingers that this is going to work. I don't want to do anything because it's doing its little thing. Yeah, that was what I did, Brent, is I created an email, Janet at whoisjanetlegere.com. So you can create it, Brent at yourname.com. On my regular site, janetlegere.com, I have an email that is janet at janetlegere.com. Is there another webinar? Came in late on this one. I'm confused. We are recording, Cabrina. We are recording. It shouldn't be a slow connection, although this time of night gets to be picky. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log into GVO in another window. Get a little tricky here. And I'm going to see if maybe it's just hung up, but it really has installed. Okay, so bear with me. Oh, wait a minute. See, just when I just had to give it a shake. Okay. I don't know where it got this password, but anyway, so we're going to go in here. We're going to log into. That was not the password I had chosen. I had chosen the password from my whatchamahally, but that's okay. Dawn will fix that on the recording, won't you, my love? Because it does show you all of your information. So here we are. You'll see I just clicked that link to say we're in our blog now, and this is just a regular blog. So you can see that it needs to be updated. So we're going to update this blog. Whenever you have a message, when you create a new blog and it says that it needs to be updated, make sure you update. I don't need to back it up because it's a brand new blog. Well, that will take just a minute. Once that comes up, here it is. So that didn't take very long. And it's going to want me to log in again just to confirm the setup. And here we are. Now, the first thing I want to do is install a theme. So I'm going to come down here. You notice you've got menu items here. You don't need to pay attention to a lot of them. We're going to do some blog posting. We've got pages. You can create a page for About You. You can create a page for your resources. You can create a page for your opportunities. We'll talk all about that in more detail next week. This is where your comments would come in. But right now, the two things we're going to concern ourselves with are the themes and the widgets. All right, make note of that. Themes, widgets, and they're under Appearance. Let's go to themes first. And I just want to show you that we do have a website here now at whoisjanetlegere.com. And there we are. So this is the default blog theme that comes with your system. If I want to change it, I can go here. So we've got, there we go, we've got 3 themes. I want to add a new theme. And I know what I want. Now I can search it here. Look at all these themes. You could have a heyday. You could spend all day just searching for themes. I really like the Catchbox theme, so I'm going to search for it, see if it comes up. And there it is. I'm going to install this theme just because I like it. And I'm going to activate it. I could just do a live preview and have a look at it and see if this is what I really want to do. But there it is. Now we have my theme. So let's refresh my page. I've installed a new theme. See, that wasn't hard, was it? Now I have a blog that looks completely different. It says Mark on it. I'm going to change that. Looks kind of boring, but we can change all of that. So we're going to come here and customize our blog. You'll notice that so far I really haven't needed any skills other than clicking my mouse. Okay, site identity. I don't know why it went like that. Marketing with Janet Legere. Tips and strategies to build your list. You can put whatever tagline you want here. In fact, I don't even need a tagline, but you'll see where it shows up here. Isn't that cool? And I can come down here. There's no image up there. I could put an image in the background if I want. I could put a logo, but I'm good with that. Now, I'm going to come over here. Colors. The gray is kind of boring, isn't it? So the color scheme, I can make it blue. You'll see it'll change. There you go. So now I can have blue. I could have green, whatever color I want. Red. It's kind of nice. I can change the background color. Maybe I want the background color to be a little different, or maybe I want it to be the same. So I can change all that. So I kind of like that. We're going to save that. And we're going to close this and come back into here. So that's it. Now we have a new theme. Let's come over here and have a look at our new theme. I'm just going to refresh the page. Now you'll notice on my blog it says I've got a post that says Hello World. I have a sample page. There's some recent comments. We're going to edit all of these things. But you see how cool that blog looks? I kind of like that. Let's see if you guys like that. Let's get a vote. Do you guys like that blog? Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Can you upload a theme? You certainly can, Bruce. So I'll just show you that really quickly. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I like it. Over here, you would just click on Add New, and you would upload your theme right here, Upload Theme. So if you have a zip file on your computer with a theme, you just upload it, and it will install it for you. So we said we wanted to add some widgets. We need to put some widgets on the side. I want to have an opt-in form over here. I want to put some banners for GVO. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? So we're coming back over here under Appearance. We're going to, oh, okay, one moment, please. Sorry, guys. Dom was just asking me to slow down a little. All right, I'm going to come back over here. I was under Appearance, and we're going to Widgets. All right, so here we are on our widgets, and you'll notice, see here, main sidebar, we got Search, Recent Posts, Recent Comments, and Meta. So I want to show you this here. Here they are. It's Search, Recent Posts, Recent Comments, Archives, Categories, Meta. Now, personally, I never have the meta on my front page. I usually delete that. I know where to log into my blog, and I don't need all that other information on my blog. Personally, I don't want the categories on there right now, and I don't need the archives. So I'm just deleting these widgets. The rest can stay. Now, I did say I wanted to add my opt-in form. Remember 2 weeks ago we created an opt-in form with our GVO autoresponder? So I'm going to scroll down here. Here's your available widgets, and I want to grab this text widget. So I just put my mouse here and I click my mouse and it grabs it, you see? And now I'm just going to bring it up here, and I want it right at the top. I'm going to put it right there. Get my tips and strategies. Well, what am I going to put in there? Right. We're going to come back over to GVO. We're going to scroll down here to autoresponder. Remember, I created a link, or I created a campaign called GVO Training. So remember I talked about the drop-down menu? Make sure you select the list that you want to build. So I'm going to go to GVO Training and click on Forms. And here's my form. Remember, we created a form. So I'm just going to click on this little icon here. It says HTML. And it brings a pop-up window. And there's my HTML code. And I'm just going to highlight that whole code. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here to my widget. And I'm going to paste it right there. I don't need to do anything else with it. I'm just going to save it. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to show you what we just did. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now we have a form. Get my tips and strategies. There it is. If I wanted, I could even put my picture in here. You just need to know how to do the code for that. And then we have our sidebar with more things. No, I'd really like to put a banner on here to GVO. So I scroll down here. Actually, I want a banner for Got Backup. So I'm going to go into my Pure Leverage members area. Oh, right, I already have it open here. There we go. I'm in Pure Leverage, and I'm going to come down here to my Instant Income System. I have Promotional Tools for Got Backup. And I go to my banners. I'm going to also put a GVO banner. I want to put a Got Backup one first. I click on my banners. Come on, banners. There we go. Lots of banners here. I'm going to scroll down, and I want one that's 250 by 250. And I really like this one. So I'm going to click on it. Did you see I clicked on it? It popped up, and right down here is the code I need. So I'm just going to go copy to clipboard. So it's got my banner in there. And I'm going to come over here to my widget. Let me close this. And we're going to go down here. We're going to grab a text widget again. And I'm going to scroll up here. And I want to put it just under my recent posts. And I don't need a title. I'm just going to paste the code. So there's the banner code. It's just a bunch of JavaScript, but it is attached to me. I'm going to save it. and I come over here and I'm going to show you the magic. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for the recording. And there we are. Look at that. I have a banner. So now I'm going to show you one more trick because you see the banner's not centered. But this is just a little HTML code. I don't know much of it. But I can do center like that. And at the end, I have to close it. Center. Okay, so it's a open bracket, center, closed bracket, open bracket, / center, closed bracket. I can save that now. Come back over, see how it is here? Let me refresh. And there's my banner, nicely centered. Now when I click this, watch what happens. Takes them to Got Backup. And there we go. Right? And there it is. Look, it's got my ID. And so it's taking them to my link. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's come back here. I did say I wanted to put another GVO banner, so we can come down here to our banners. I'm going to put a host and profit banner. I really like this one. Timing is everything. I'm going to copy that code. I can just go copy to clipboard. And I'm going to grab my text file. I'm going to move it down here under comments, so it's at the bottom. Remember, I'm going to want to center it again, so I'm going to put that center code. And click Save. And now we can look. And you see there's our Got Backup banner. And there's our Host and Profit banner. So you can see that's a smaller banner. I might decide to go in and get a bigger banner, or I might just leave it. It is attractive. So isn't that cool? Now let's come back here. We could add more banners as we're going down here. You can put scripts on here using your text widget. There are other widgets here. Let me close this. You can have a custom menu, a calendar. You can put a calendar on your page. You can also put these in different sidebars. So we've got a footer. I could put a different banner in the footer if I wanted. So I could put a tag cloud down there. You'll see it opens it up. And I can remove them just as easily. Then we have there's actually 3 footer areas. Let's have a look at my blog. Scroll down to the very bottom. So you see down here at the very bottom, if we wanted, we could put 3 sections. We could put actually 3 different text widgets down there, but I'm not going to put anything down there for now. What time is it? What I want to do with our beautiful blog is come back here because we have some default pages and default posts. So the first thing I want to do is talk about this page because it does have a sample page. All right, we're going to delete it. Trash. And what I do want to do is create a page called About. Now I'm going to come down here and I can type a page. This page is all about Janet. And I would put an About Me page. I could put a picture here. So I could go Add Media. Very easy to add a picture. I could select a file. I could go to my computer. I know where my pictures are. And I could select one of my pictures because I know there's one here. There it is. I said, you see, I just selected a picture, it uploaded it, and now I can insert it into my blog. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Move it down. Look at that. This page is about Janet. And when I'm ready, I can publish my page. And there we go. So now we have a page on our blog. So if I come to my blog, and I refresh. I know this is a lot to take in, guys, but once you get in here and start playing, you're going to have a lot of fun. And here is my About page. Look at that. All right, let's go to our posts. And I have one more thing I want to show you after we do this. So this is just a placer, you could say. It just lets you know that you can, where your posts go. And so now I want to add a new post. My first blog post. So this is just, you put the title and then you just type, this is my first blog post on my new blog. I am really excited. And I could add pictures to my blog if I wanted. I could add, all kinds of content. You'll see you've got some editing options here. You can put hyperlinks and what have you. You can also type your blog in text if you have HTML code. You can come down here, you can give it a category, so I could add a new category and I could call it marketing, so I could create different categories. I could have tags, so of course I'm going to have my name on the tag. I'm probably going to have a tag that's called marketing advice. That's a good one. I could have a featured image, so if I want to have a featured image on this post, I could come here. I could select me as my featured image, or I could go in and upload any file here that I wanted. So here we have a Christmas one. Let's upload some bears. And I could say that that's my featured image on my post. So it shows down here, and then I could publish my post. Now, when I go home on my blog, it's going to show my most recent post. And you're going to see why this is going to take next week too, because we've got a lot more to talk about on our blog. All right, so there we go. My first post, I've got this would show all my posts. That is my featured image. When I click on my post, it will come up. This is my first blog post. You see there's no picture. So that was the featured image. And I can leave a comment and what have you. Now, so we've done all this, but we have nothing social here. People can't like my blog. We forgot the plugins. So we've talked about posts, we've talked about pages. We're going to go over here to our plugins page. I'm only going to download one plugin for you today. There's lots of plugins you can download, but they're really not necessary. The Hello Dolly, we can just delete that, and I'm not going to worry about it. Akismet, what this plugin does is it deletes all the spam off your blog. And trust me, once you've got a blog up there, there's lots of people going to come and spam it. And so it will actually remove that spam and take it right out of your blog. So the comments and things like that won't get shown there. So I just activated it, right? I click the activate button. Now I need to click on the settings button. If you do not have an Akismet API key, you can go here and get one. All right, so you just click on this, and it's going to take you here, and you just register, get an Akismet key, and you just enter your information. It's really easy. And whoops, then you're going to come back here to enter your key. I already have a key. I'm just going to grab my key right here. I want to show you how it works. And then I'm going auto delete spam, submit on post more than a month old. Sure. And then I'm going to save this. Update options. Okay, and there we go. Now, if we come back to plugins, my Akismet is all set up. However, it's all pink. It means it needs to update. It says there is a new version available. Don't let it scare you. Just come over here and click Update Now. It's going to update my plugin, and we're done. So now I said we needed to install one more plugin, and we need to come up here and add new because we need to have a social plugin. I like the plugin called Sociable, and hopefully we can find it. So we're going to go here. We're going to go Sociable. Just type it in like that. Click Enter, and it's going to search. And there it is. Okay, Sociable. So I'm just going to click install. You may choose to use a different social plugin. This is the one I have on all of my blogs, and I really quite like it. I'm going to activate the plugin. You need to activate it once you install it. And there we go. So now Sociable is activated. There's nothing I needed to do with it. Except, at least not here. You'll notice now I have a new menu item down here is our social plugin. So I can come to my Sociable options and I can tell it how to behave. All right, so here we are. I can select which social platforms that it will share. I can say how I want my icons to look, so I could change it. Under locations, I can say I want it on the front page of my blog. I want it on the blog page, posts page. You can have it everywhere if you want. Here's our general options. We want to use it automatically. We'll just keep that. And if you want, you can actually have it at the top and the bottom. I'm just going to leave it on the bottom. We're going to have an active social classic, and we're going to leave it at that. Now we're going to save, and I'm going to show you what we just did. All right, remember my first blog post? It didn't have any social plugins. Now when I go to my blog post, there they are. I could be sociable, I can tweet, I can like, I can Google Plus it, I can share it on LinkedIn. And if I come back home, it will also show on the home page. And there they are. It will also show on my About page. Maybe somebody wants to share my About page or like my About page. So it will show on every page on my blog. And that's about it for installations on our blog. Next week, we're going to talk about posts and pages and things that you can add to your blog, how to get content on your blog. So let me come back into the room, come out of desktop sharing for now. Our presentation. Where's my presentation? There it is. And see if we have any questions. Are there any questions? And I know if you have never set up a blog before, you could be really confused right now, okay? We did record the call. Hopefully the recording is going to work. But at the end of the day, I hope you saw that really is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. 350 to 1,500 words is the length. Is that what you're saying, Dawn, for the blog posts? Kasha, did that help? I know it was a lot to cover, okay? We talked about setting up your domain. That's pretty simple. Web host manager, adding your account, pretty simple. Setting up your email on cPanel, pretty simple. The blogger builder, setting it up, pretty simple. Then once we get into the blog, you're going to play with themes. You're going to set up your pages. You're going to put the widgets on the sidebar so you have some banners, and you're going to put your form on your blog. Very simple things. We will review what we talked about here next week as far as the blog goes. We'll talk about pages and what have you. I'll review some of the things that you need to do with your blog. And then what we're really going to talk about mostly next week is adding content and adding real blog posts. Sound good? Any questions before I wrap up for tonight? Excellent. I'm glad there is a replay. Do watch for that. We'll get that uploaded right away. And it should be in your back office this week. And I'll have the link for you next week. What product would I recommend to promote as a starter for a new person? Host and Profit would be your best starter program, or Got Backup. Either of those are perfect. In fact, Got Backup really is a product that's for everyone. They all need it. Talk to your sponsor, find out what they're promoting. But those would be the two that I would recommend. Either Got Backup or Host and Profit. for many reasons. Number one, they're services that you need, and number two, they're affordable. And Got Backup can be a really lucrative income stream. I'll highly recommend it. But when you see how easy it is to set up your blog, then it makes it easy to promote Host and Profit, right? Because people can come in, they can set up their blog, use the Blogger Builder, and be set up in no time. Pretty good? Any other questions? Next week, we're going to be showing you all about blogging content, because I know that's confusing too. It's one thing to set up a blog. It's another to actually add content, isn't it? Everywhere, yeah, Host and Profit has all the tools that a business needs to market their business, to get their business online, to get their credit or their business card online, and that's what their blog is all about. We'll be back here next week at 8 o'clock Eastern. Do try to be here. Mark it on your calendar. We will send out reminders. Remember to invite your friends, your contacts with your own link, your own GVO Academy link, just with your username on the end. That attaches everybody to you. Roger says, is Host and Profit relatively new? I had Pure Leverage for some time, and this is the first I've heard of Host and Profit. Well, it's not that new. It's really just a part of GVO, Roger. It's just a more affordable solution than GVO. So GVO is $44.95 a month, and Host and Profit is only $9.97 a month. And that's for you, because Pure Leverage doesn't offer hosting or anything like that. And so now for $10 a month, you can have 5 websites. You can, it does have the autoresponder attached as well. You get a conference room like this. You have video hosting. We'll talk about videos next week as well. Any other questions? Thank you, Editha. Great that you could, Editha maybe it is. Great that you could make it tonight. Any other questions? You guys have been awesome tonight. Really appreciate your patience. I really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate your questions. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have an amazing week. The replay link will be in your back office. Okay, Thomas? Do watch for that. The autoresponder with Host and Profit starts out at 500 subscribers for that $9.97 a month, and you can upgrade that. If you're already a Pure Leverage member, you can attach the two. So you can join Host and Profit through your Pure Leverage back office. Okay, you're very welcome, Roger. I hope that helped. Well, if there's no other questions, I'm going to call it a night. You guys have been awesome. Have a great evening.